Hi guys, and welcome back to Aisha.Academy. And in today's video, we're just going to go back to mean, mode, and median. So these terms, you've probably seen them all through your high school life or through your secondary school life. And basically with mean, mode, and median, they are basically types of averages, okay? And so with the mean, how you work it out is it's the total of the values, so all the values added together, divided by the total number of values you have. So an example of this, let's say if we have the numbers 3, 7, 9, and 13, to work out the mean, you would add them all together. And because there's only 4 numbers that we've given, you're going to do that total answer of 32 divided by 4, because that's the number of values that we have. And by doing that, you would be left with an answer of 8. Your mode, I think of the MO in mode for most common number. So that's how I remember mode. An example of this is if you have all these numbers, the common number out of them all is 8. So that's your mode. And then your median, I think of like median middle. So it's your middle value, essentially. So again, let's say if we have these sets of numbers, then the number that falls in the middle out of them is what you're going to work out. So there's 7 numbers. So with median, there's actually a formula to remember it. Your total number of numbers plus 1 divided by 2. So essentially by doing that, we're working out the 4th number. So that's going to be 7. And the key thing with median, make sure that the numbers are in order from smallest to highest. So we're going to go into some practice questions. Example 1. So here we have a table of time taken and the frequency, and it wants us to work out the mean time taken. So the first thing you're going to do is work out the mid-interval value, and this is basically the middle value out of the interval on the left-handed column. So the middle value between 0 and 10 is 5. Work out the middle value from 10 to 20, which is 15, and you're going to do that for each of the ranges of values in each row. And then the last one between 40 to 50 is going to be 45. So now that we've worked out our mid-interval value, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to work out the total time taken in each row. So to work that out, it's going to be your frequency multiplied by the mid-interval value. So for the first one, it will be 15, and the next one would be the 15 times 8, and so on. And this is basically like your average time taken for each of the time groups. So for the 0 to 10 minutes, it says that 3 people took that amount of time to get to work. So then the average time would be 15 minutes, and then it's the same for each row. So you're going to work out each one. And then the 45 times the 9, which would leave you with an answer of 405. So now that you've worked out the average time in kind of each row, we need to add up the total average, right? So the total average time taken is going to be that all added together, which is 1,130. And then the mean time taken is that total time taken divided by the total frequency. So that's going to be your 1,130 divided by 40, because it's told us that 40 people took part in this. And so putting that into your calculator would leave you with 28.25 minutes. Example 2. So in this example, this is an example of a median question. So it wants us to find the class interval that contains the median. So we know median is middle value, right? And as I mentioned before, you tend to do your total number plus 1 divided by 2. So that's 35 plus 1 divided by 2. Putting that into your calculator would leave you with 18. So we're trying to work out the 18th value, so the 18th frequency where it lies. It falls within that second row. So therefore the class interval with the median is the 1.4 to the 1.5 interval. And so that is going to be your answer. And then the last example, example 3, is going to be an example of a mode question. So each example question is of each type. So here it wants us to work out the mode or class interval. Mode means most common, so it's the one with the largest frequency. So the interval with the largest frequency is the 22 to 24. And so that's literally just going to be your answer. And so that's pretty much it on mean, mode, and median, guys, in terms of GCSE exam questions. I hope that was useful, and stay tuned for more content.